Hey guys, Ty here. Welcome back to Ty's Take. That's if you've been here before. But whether you are a new visitor or a returning one, I just want to say thank you again because you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to come to my channel. And before we get started, I want to just say real quick, very quickly, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay on top of what's going on this channel, which is pretty new. And with that, let's go ahead and get started. So, the other day, I had a woman write me offline. She's trying to get a briefcase for her husband. And she was asking me what she would recommend because she saw my presentation or my video, if you will, on my Frank Clegg duffel bag and briefcase. And I basically was going to write her back and just, because she gave me the price, she gave me the type of briefcase, and she told me the function of it. And then I said to myself, well, why not just show you guys what I have and kind of give you a rating on what not only the different types of briefcases I have, but also what I've learned. And so that's what this video is going to be today. I'm going to be showing you guys my briefcase collection. Now, prices range from hundreds of dollars all the way up to thousands of dollars, as you can see the one behind me. And I'm going to tell you guys not only the price point, I'm going to talk about the construction. I'm going to talk about the type of use that I've used them for. I'm going to tell you guys about my experience, and I'm going to rate these briefcases all the way from first to best. But that's going to happen at the end. For now, let's get into it. Let me show you the different types of briefcases that I've owned and give you my advice, Ty's take on what will be an ideal briefcase for you. All right, guys, so these are my briefcases. Here they are. Now, in no particular order, what I'm going to do first is just talk about the briefcases from least expensive to most expensive. So let's start off with the Coach briefcases, which are located here. These are the Coach Metropolitan briefcases. They are part of the 1941 Coach collection. They are really special to me because these are probably my most used bags. Next is the Gurkha bag in the middle. This bag I've had for a couple of years and I really like it. It's very high end, and if you're not familiar with the Gurkha brand, don't worry, I'll put a link to not only that particular brand, but all the brands on this particular video in the description. Next up, we have our more high-end briefcases. Gurkha is as well, but we have the returning member of Ty's Take, which is the double-notch Frank Clegg briefcase. I love this bag. I love everything about it. And then we have our more designer bags that are more popular with people who know their name brands. The first is the Tom Ford Buckley. And then the next one is the Prada Saffiano leather bag. Both of these bags are really nice, but they're both incredibly expensive. And so we're going to talk about our bags ranging from retail $595 all the way up to almost $5,000 for these two. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, with my Coach bag, this is a bag that I've had. In fact, let me pick up the black one. This is a bag that I've had for a very, very long time. I've got a lot of use out of it. Now, this particular bag is done in what's known as glove tan leather. It's a type of construction that is really, really smooth, yet really, really durable. In fact, the founders of Coach based their bags off this type of process because they were inspired by the Major League Baseball glove, something that is smooth yet very durable. And that's a great way to describe this bag. This bag is, to borrow a phrase, built for tough. It is very solid. It's very heavy. That's also a good sign to let you know if you got a good bag, is if the bag is heavy. This bag is very heavy. And it has your signature Coach tag. Now, this particular tag is embossed. And the reason why it's embossed, because by it being embossed, that lets you know that it is part of what's known as Coach's 1941 collection. Their 1941 collection, which actually still is going on. Like you can find, I can't think of the name, it escapes me. But anyway, you can find Coach's 1941 collection on their website, but many of their 1941 collections are kind of not being produced anymore. In fact, well, it's off screen way over there, but I have the matching duffel bag for it. While they're still making the Metropolitan tote, which is what this is, and which is what this is, they are no longer making the duffel bags for them, as well as the Metropolitan duffel tote. So these are the only ones you can still get. Again, retail for this bag is $595. Because it's 1941, it comes with a 1941 duffel bag. I'm sorry, 1941 dust bag. And it's a pretty good size, actually. It's really nice. And again, pretty durable. It's more of your typical sack construction. But again, you're getting a really good bag for a price point. And the reason why I say that is because I'm going to talk about it in my later video on bags that cost a lot more than this particular bag, and yet the construction on it is nowhere near as durable as this. One of the other things that you're going to notice with this particular bag is that it tells you the construction of the bag right here on the bottom. The inside of the bag is very, very roomy. You get a lot of space in here. And it has this beautiful sort of, I almost want to say it's like an Alcantara, but I'm just not sure what type of materiality this is, but it's very nice. I could talk all day about this bag. I just love it to pieces. And again, I also have this bag over here in the saddle color as well. And with the saddle color, instead of getting black on black, you get the saddle color, and the particular accents of this bag are saddle. That's or bronze, I should say. So not only are the handles bronze, but also the signature trademark horse and buggy that you see on the tag. And again, because it's 1941, this tag is embossed. So also comes with a 1941 dust bag. So again, you're getting some really, really nice stuff with this bag. And again, just like it's black black cohort, if you will, it also is very heavy. So I'm going to take these bags and I'm going to move them off to the side for now, and we're going to keep going. Okay. So the next bag I want to show you guys is the Gurkha bag. I forgot this particular model. By the way, I had to use some props to hold it up because these bags aren't freestanding. So this is known as the Gurkha Portfolio. Also a very nice bag. This bag was, I'm trying to remember the price point. I'm going to put it in the description and on the video, but I believe this bag was almost $3,000 after taxes. And like it's like the Coach bag, very heavy, very solid brass work. Okay, this is actual brass, which is pretty awesome. The zipper on it is a very nice, smooth zipper. No jamming. Unfortunately, with the Coach Metropolitan zipper, there was a little bit of jamming. I didn't go over it with you, but that's also kind of what you get at that particular price point. You don't exactly get top-notch zippers. The inside of it is really nice. Uh-oh, do I have some paper in here? Okay, it looks like I do, sorry. The inside of it is very nice. It's sort of like this sort of checkered pattern, which is distinctive with a lot of Gurkha bags. It comes with a very large duffel bag. I'm not going to unfold it, but definitely one of my nicer pieces. And it has this beautiful pebble grain leather, which is supple. And that's important. The reason why I mentioned how supple is this is because, again, when we start getting to the higher bags, higher price point bags, yes, even more expensive than this, that's going to matter. So with that, I'm going to set that down over here, actually. I'm going to take the dust bag as well. And again, the dust bag is a really good size. It's pretty big. And you can see the Gurkha logo right here in the middle. And one thing that Gurkha prides itself on is saying that it's made in America. However, I have heard stories that it's not anymore. Like Coach, it may be designed in America, but maybe not necessarily made in America. One of my bags here is. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Okay, let's keep going. So the next bag I want to talk about are really some bags that I've used and I've learned so much about. So let's start off with my Frank Clegg bag. Now, this bag you guys have seen before. I really do like this bag. It's very, very nice. It's part of Frank Clegg's one-of-a-kind collection, meaning this particular bag, which is made with a polished belted leather, is a bag that will not be made anymore, at least not this particular kind of makeup. The model will be, they will make, or they do make models just like this, which is your double notch briefcase, but this sort of shiny, almost patent leather look is one of a kind. You won't find this in this particular color with the saddle accents on it. Speaking of, let's get into it. So this, if you watched my previous video on Frank Clegg, I would definitely check it out. I'll talk about it, Frank Clegg, a little more. But I love this briefcase because, again, you got your belted harness leather for burgundy belted harness leather for the primary part of the bag, and then you have your cognac accents, which are beautiful, right? And the bag itself has a lot of storage, has a zipper that just glides as smooth as butter. It's really nice. Now, I can't really show you the inside. There's still a lot of paper in this one because, again, I just take care of my bags. Because this bag in particular, and I'll talk about it a little more, but this bag is $1,500, but I would argue it is way under, that price is way under what this bag offers because it is totally worth it. It's made in America, not too far from here in Fall River, Massachusetts. I mean, it is just a solid piece of bag. And of course, even the bag itself is not just solid, but even the dust bag. This is very soft, very supple sort of material, and it just says Frank Clegg, made in America since 1970, letting you know that this is indeed an American company. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this over to the side as well, and let's keep going. Next up are the more, so sorry, I forgot to mention, guys, and this is very important to mention. Each bag, with the exception of the Tom Ford bag, which I'm gonna talk about in a little bit, comes with a shoulder strap. Me personally, I like to carry my bag, so I don't really use the shoulder strap that much. But again, going back with the Frank Clegg briefcase that I just set to the side already, but you can see the same sort of solid leather construction. That cognac color matches. Actually, I'm gonna just pull it back up because I love this bag, but the strap itself matches the bag, which is really neat. It's so beautiful. Anyway, let's keep going. Again, I could talk about this bag all day as well. Okay, the final two are the most expensive bags, okay? So let's start off with our Prada bag. So this is the Prada Saffiano travel suitcase. And I got this because, well, I've always wanted a Prada bag, to be honest with you. This particular bag retails for almost $5,000. It is very expensive. It is not a bag I recommend going into debt under. I'm going to leave that part towards the end, which is, let's just talk about, how much you should really pay for a bag. Because while these are investment pieces, we have to be smart about how we spend our money. And trust me when I tell you, I've learned some very hard lessons. So what I like about this Prada Saffiano bag is that Saffiano itself is supposed to be pretty durable. And one could argue that this bag has it, although I have heard complaints that the corners and the Saffiano itself starts to tear off. So that's something to keep in mind if you are interested in this bag, is that for the price point, you're not really getting pretty solid construction. The metal pieces are pretty solid. If I can turn this around here, you can see it's very nice, very durable. You have your signature Prada logo, which I would argue is probably the most expensive thing you're paying for on this bag. And inside is a pretty good size bag. And again, there's your shoulder strap right there. Has the word Prada indicated all over it. So it's letting you know what type of bag this belongs to. So if you have, so with me, if I have a ton of shoulder straps lying over there in the corner, I know which bag this belongs to, right? And so that's another talking point that I'll get into. But again, I still have the paper inside of it, but it's a very nice size bag. It has a front compartment that you can put any sort of paper in it or notes, whereas in the back you can put your laptop in it, etc. Now, one of the things I like about the front is, and the rest of the bag, which I'm gonna try to point out here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but once again, this is what you get with some of these designer brands is this, it just says the word Prada repeatedly all throughout the lining of this bag. And it's made of what's known as a ballistic nylon. So it's pretty solid. It's pretty durable, but again, I've heard complaints about the corners. This middle compartment is really neat. So if you are traveling in an airport, what you can do is just slide your bag. If you have a carry-on, a rolling carry-on, you can just slide that carry-on in here. There's a magnetic strip that you guys are probably hearing. It comes with a luggage tag. So it's a nice bag. It's a very nice bag. The only thing is, I'm just not sure it's worth $5,000, okay? Which gets me to another bag that I want to talk about. By the way, before I wrap up with the Prada bag, it comes with a nice dust bag. Now, this is the dust bag that came with mine, but I have heard that there is a blue one that just says the word Prada on it, but I like this because it has the OG Prada logo on it. So this is pretty cool. Okay, last but certainly not least is the Tom Ford Buckley bag. Now, for those of you who are wondering why is it called the Buckley bag, it's called the Buckley bag because it's named after Tom Ford's late partner, Richard Buckley. And so it's the best way to describe this bag is unique. I've had this bag for years and I was so proud of it. I used to carry this bag all over town. It's definitely could also pass as a small duffel. It is very long. It's 19 inches in length. It's about, what is this about? I don't know the height of it. I'm just going to guess. Actually, I'm not going to guess. I don't like doing that. But it's a very nice bag. It's roughly about 2.5 inches wide at the top, and it kind of fans out at the bottom. As you can see, the back, even though there's feet on the bottom of this bag, it doesn't really stand on its own as well. It kind of does okay, but sometimes it has been known to just fall over. So similar to Frank Clegg, you have this sort of notched approach on the side of the bag, which is pretty nice. That being said, it's pebble grain and it feels very hard, almost plasticky. I hate to say it because anybody who knows me knows I'm actually a fan of Tom Ford because like me, he got his degree in architecture. The inside of it, similar to our Coach bag, and again, you can see some of the padding I had inside of it, but inside of the bag is that same sort of maroon color that you find inside of the Coach 1941 Metropolitan bags, except this one just feels like a regular nylon versus inside of the Metropolitan bag where it felt more soft and supple like an Alcantara. So you have two side compartments. You have a middle compartment here where your laptop can go in. And speaking of laptop, again, this is so big, you could probably fit an old school 17-inch laptop in here and still have room to play with. So this bag retailed for over $5,000 when it's done, all said and done. after you do in tax and shipping. Um, I have mixed feelings about this bag, and I'll talk about it in a little bit, but this is the dust bag it comes in. If you're familiar with Tom Ford products, it's basically, it's definitely a nice soft dust bag. I would put it as a strong second to the Frank Clegg bag, which is down here. But is it worth almost $5,000? Not sure, to be honest with you. I would say it depends, but me personally, I don't think it is. And so, guys, these are all of the different bags that I own. And again, just going from most expensive to least expensive, we have the Tom Ford Buckley. We have the Prada Saffiano travel suitcase. We have the Gurkha portfolio. We have the two, in fact, looks like it's standing on its own. That's good. And then last but not least, I'm sorry. We have the Frank Clegg double-notched briefcase. And we have the two Metropolitan bags. And let me set these up front. Okay. All right. And these are all my briefcases. Now, what I'm getting ready to do is just kind of give you guys my take from best to worst. And so with that, I would have to say the worst one to me, the worst one is the Prada bag. Still a very nice bag. Very, very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. However, it's just too much for its limited function. $5,000. Number one, I expect the construction to be a little better than some of the more cheaper brands, but I would argue it's not even close to some of the other ones I'm getting ready to talk about. So I have to say I bought this bag because I've always wanted a Prada bag. I've used it a handful of times. It's nice. I mean, it's Prada. It's cool. It turns heads. I got plenty of compliments from women and from men alike, like, hey, nice bag. But I don't think it's worth $5,000. So I will have to say this is my least favorite, my second least favorite, and this is going to hurt a little bit, but it's real. And that is my Tom Ford Buckley briefcase. The reason why this is my least favorite, guys, is simply because it's also just too much given the construction and the function. I love the uniqueness of this. Like, this zipper is the largest zipper I own. And again, there is no jam whatsoever. I can do this all day, every day. It's about as solid as it comes as far as zippers go. But the leather on it feels plasticky almost. It doesn't give you that soft, supple feel that I would expect to have with a bag at this price point, which gets, even my Gurkha bag is softer than this one, which gets me to my second point, or my second rating, or let me say my third best. And that one's tough. However, I'm going to have to say it's Gurkha. And the reason why I say that is because, while it's very nice, $3,000 is still a lot of money. Okay. And I just think for that particular price, you could probably get something a little cheaper, but at the same time, it is Gurkha, which it does have that prestige. By the way, I forgot to point this out. It has even a back compartment, which is really nice. You can see my mouse pad is in there. Very nice bag. This is tough to say because even the construction on it is great. It has a very nice shoulder strap. Even the shoulder strap itself has those brass accents. But again, it's $3,000, which is a lot of money for a lot of people, that is. And so I wouldn't say that it's a bad bag, but there are just better ones you can buy at a lower price point. That gets me to my second favorite. So this one is tough. This one is very tough. However, I am going to, ooh, boy, I'm doing this live. I am going to have to say it's my two Coach bags. These are my second favorite, okay? And the reason why is simply because while they are very durable, it's Coach, it's an affordable yet luxurious brand. However, you are kind of getting what you pay for, which is, I mean, I just think it's a bag that, as you can see, I've had these bags for years, and it's not like, first of all, I'm not even, well, I think it is real leather, but like even some of the creasing on it is kind of acting a little weird. The corners are starting to fade out, but that this is after having it for years and years and years. But at the end of the day, I have to make a decision. So I would say this is a strong second, but given the cost, $595 retail, I would take these bags, $595 each, by the way. These bags together cost a fraction of what this one costs and what this one costs. So again, I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck just going Coach versus buying name brand. Name brand is good, but if you don't have the necessary disposable income, you can get a bag at a fraction of these prices, right? These two bags are a fraction of these prices and still get a far more durable bag. However, I have to make a decision, and my favorite, hands down, is the Frank Clegg. And I mean, I just love, guys, I love everything about this bag. I just love the construction of it. It's durable. It's made right here in America. There's no question where this bag is made. When I called to order this bag, I spoke to Frank Clegg's sons, and they picked up the phone right away. And I was just like, is your father? I was just like, so can you tell me a little bit more about Frank Clegg? And the guy was like, well, I could tell you a lot. He's my dad. So not only do you get solid construction for $1,400, which again, is a fraction of these particular bags, right? And twice the price, or half the price of this bag, but you're getting a bag that is handmade, is made in America, and will last a long time. Remember how I told you guys this was the bag that Barack Obama used when he was president of the United States? It's the same model, but again, it's all black. And I just see myself having this bag for years to come. And I love this bag so much that I bought a matching briefcase or matching duffel bag, which is pretty close, but it's not exactly the same because, again, they're both one of a kind. But this is the bag that I could just see myself passing down for years to come to the younger folks in my family. I mean, when I pass on. So they're great buys. These will last for years, but this is an heirloom piece. This is the piece that you can just have for years and years and years to come. So with that, guys, I want to thank you guys for coming to my channel. These are all the bags again. So we got a Prada bag. And I was using this to hold up the Gurkha bag. We got our Frank Clegg bag. I'm sorry. We got our Frank Clegg bag. We got our Tom Ford bag. We got our Gurkha bag. And we have our two Metropolitan bags. And again, rating them first, second, third, fourth, and fifth in that particular order. Sorry, I got tongue-tied there. But these are my briefcases. Again, number one, takeaway. Buy what you can afford. If you can afford a $5,000 bag and don't care that you can find something cheaper, go for it. But if you cannot afford it, you can buy something just as good, if not better, at a lower price point. Number two, see these bags as an investment piece. You want to hang on to these bags. You want to take care of it. constantly put leather treatment on these bags. I take these bags to coach almost every year to get leather treatment on it. So you want to take care of these pieces because they're supposed to last you a lifetime. They're supposed to last you forever. And then last but not least, again, buy something that you could see yourself owning for years and years to come, which goes back to what I said about this one being an heirloom piece. I will love this bag for years and years to come because I know that I got something that is well under what I paid for as far as price point, because it'll last a long time. And with that, guys, thank you guys for showing up to Ty's Take again. There we go. Let's set that right there. Thank you guys for coming to my channel again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's long, but hopefully it was worth it. And I welcome you guys to come back. I welcome any feedback whatsoever. And until next time, happy holidays to everyone. God bless. Cheers.